Every night at 7 o'clock in New York City, we cheer for our essential workers who have battled the coronavirus and kept our state running throughout this pandemic. For a time, it was the sounds of these cheers that gave people a flicker of hope and faith before the ending wailing of ambulance sirens became our gruesome and tragic nightly symphony. New Yorkers know that our essential workers have pulled us through this crisis, that they have answered the call of duty to respond to emergencies, treat our sick, keep us safe, and teach our kids. They put their lives on the line so that the rest of us could stay home and stay safe. Nearly 300 public servants across our state have died from the coronavirus in just 10 weeks, many of them back home in New York City. They died at the hands of a vicious and cruel virus that has taken more than 100,000 lives of our fellow Americans. But make no mistake, they also died in the service of their city and their state. And for many of them, when asked to answer that call of service, did so without even being given basic protective equipment, or even worse, were not told that they were working alongside colleagues who were sick and in workplaces that were presumed to be infected. Bus drivers shuttling essential workers to and from hospitals without being given face masks. EMS workers answering thousands of 911 calls forced to use the same PPE all week when it wasn't even enough to last through a single shift. Teachers being forced to report to school buildings and being misled that they were likely infected by sick colleagues they were never told about. We've lost nearly 300 of our public servants. Not since 9/11 have we seen a death count this high of people who wear the uniform of our city or our state. But tonight, we are going to honor the memory of these fallen heroes, not with words or platitudes or photo ops, but with action. The COVID-19 line of duty bill will ensure that the families of public servants who died in this pandemic are cared for. It will prevent family members from being thrust into financial insecurity at the height of their unspeakable grief. Yet, I know that our job is only half done. There are hundreds of other essential workers who work for private employers who have passed away and whose families we also need to make whole. And I promise to do everything in my power to fulfill that obligation to them. It is, quite simply, what we owe them. It's what we owe all of them. And so, in memory of Allison Mester Shapira, a speech teacher at PS 229 in Maspeth, Queens, of Erlen Galarza, an MTA bus driver who was beloved for his boundless kindness, for Richard Seabury, a 30-year EMS veteran who was also a 9/11 first responder, and all those public servants who we've lost, and their families who were left behind, I vote aye. Thank you.